So this was a project from a while ago. This is the tablesaw outfeed table cabinet with the drawers, and for the most part it's been okay. Stuff has fit in it fine. They're very nice big drawers. Top drawer works okay. Middle drawer works okay. But the bottom drawer, or I should say the combination middle drawer, bottom drawer, I think this drawer sags. The middle one sags, and then that causes it to drag on the bottom. It's not the end of the world, but it is mildly annoying. And since I'm looking for a project and I don't want to tackle the tool wall yet, because that's going to have to be, I have to redo the tool wall before I can redo the bench in order to put the new vise on, avoiding doing the tool wall. So let's try and fix this. This should be fairly straightforward because there's enough space to move this middle drawer up slightly. So even just, that little bit would be enough that it's not going to drag. And I had problems getting these drawer slides in. I had to drill the holes too many times, so I think just the screws have sagged. Alright, first got to get the drawers out. Luckily they're not as heavy as they could be. It could definitely be worse. Alright, now try and loosen stuff up and get things out of the way and decide, alright, I should probably measure first versus just playing around. So I measured and thought, and then alright, we'll take the two front things off, and then let's try and go up a little bit and get those back in, and realized I might need some other screws. Actually, no. I realized I needed a drill. That's what it was. And then I had the wrong drill bit size. I had to go back and get the right drill, because it is much easier to drill into those sides with screw into those sides with a pre-drilled hole. And then we just get that in, and then there's where I screwed up. I didn't realize at the time, but there's where I screwed up. I screwed in those screws on that side too tight, and they pulled through the sides, but that's okay, I figured it out. And you can tell there it's already fallen off, and now it's definitely fallen off. Yeah, it fell down enough that it was actually cutting a groove in the bottom drawer. And that's where I noticed the problem. Well, that initially looked promising. This one stayed up. That one did not. The perils of using too small of screws. I screwed it in just enough that it pulled through the frame. So I gotta pop those back out. I don't think I can get... Well, I'll have to see if I have slightly bigger screws, but if I don't screw them in quite as far, maybe if it stayed there, we would have been okay, but it pulled through and fell, and then it was definitely too low. So let's see if I can fix it. Alright, let's fix the other side. It is time. So I went and got some bigger screws and put in, and that seemed to work better, and then I put all the rest of the screws back in. And then we move everything around and watch it put the drawers back in. And that should work. It holds much better now. And that did it. What I ended up doing was, those were number 6 by 1/2 inch for the original screws. So I put one number 8 on each side, just in case that one also decided to go. And now we have full extension. And no interference like before. So we'll see how long it lasts. If not, it's easy enough to fix. But yeah, that fixed it.